Hi and welcome to this month's masterclass. Today we are going to talk about doubles. There are a lot of different types of doubles. Obviously we have the penalty double, which was the original meaning of double, where we double because we think they are going to go down and we want to get some extra points. However, it's not actually that often that we use a double for that purpose. Especially on the low-level bidding, it's very uncommon that we want to double them for penalty. So instead, we are using the doubles as an extra tool in our toolbox, because there are a lot of different types of hands that we are not able to show without the double, so we're going to use the double for that. So the most common ones are takeout doubles, and there are a lot of different types of takeout doubles, and they have some different names, but they do mostly have the same, or approximately the same meaning, meaning that we are doubling because we don't have the suit, and we want, as the name says, partner to take it out into something else. Partner has to bid. So we can have takeout doubles in the first bid, showing just a strong hand and opening hand. We're going to talk more about that. We have negative doubles, which is when a partner has opened and opponent has overcalled. And we can have a reopening takeout double. We also have some special meanings in some other type of doubles, such as the support double and lead directing doubles, and also we can agree with our partner what we do of a double over one no trump and strong openings. So first we're going to look at takeout doubles. And so the first type of double is the double that we have in the first round of bidding. So opponents open and we double, or opponents open, our partner pass, and the next person bids something. Then we have two types of hands. We can either have 12 to 17 high card points and semi-support in unbid suits. So it's very common to focus a little bit more on the majors because it's more likely that we want to play a game in majors than in the minors, but we should have some support in all of the unbid suits because our double is asking partner to bid their longest suit. That is an unbid suit. So if we have, if we're on the upper range, typically about 15 to 17, we should have at least 3+ cards in the unbid majors. But if we're on the lower range, it's normal to say that we have 4 in the other major if opponents open the major, or at least 4-3 if they open the minor. So 4-3 in the majors. And we should definitely not have less than 2 cards in the other suits, but it is preferable to have at least 3 in all the unbid suits, or maybe at least an honor doubleton. But sometimes we don't have perfect hands. So we see the top example here is a good example. Let's pretend that the person in front of us opened a heart. Now we have 14 high card points and we have 4 spades. So we want to double to show that we are, we want to compete here, but we don't have a 5-card suit. So we're showing an opening hand, and we have at least a semi-support in all the unbid suits, with at least 3 cards in all the unbid suits. And we're asking partner to bid their longest suit. So we're going to talk a little bit more about responses afterwards. The other type of hand is a hand where we are too strong to make an overcall. So typically we have 18+ high card points, and we can have whichever type of hand we want. So if we overcall, we have up to 17. So if we are stronger, we have to start with doubling and then coming back with our suit. And also with balanced hands, if we overcall, some people play overcalling one no trump as 15 to 18, some people just play it as 15-17. Then we will have 19+ if we play 15-18. But either way, if we are too strong to overcall a no trump, we have to double and come back with no trump later. And here is an example of that. We have 19 high card points in the lower example here, and we have a balanced hand, but we are too strong to overcall one no trump. So we're going to start with the double and then come back, showing a balanced hand later. So how are we going to respond to takeout doubles? Well, the most important thing is that we know that we have to bid. If our partner doubles and the next person passes, we are not allowed to pass, because then we will make the double into a penalty double, which is not what partner intended. So the only time we're actually allowed to pass is if we have a lot of cards in the suit that the opponents bid and we actually think they are going to go down. But typically we are not allowed to pass. So even with 0 high card points, we have to bid. So what we normally do is with 0 to 7, maybe up to 8 high card points, we bid our longest suit on the lowest level. So if partner doubles, it goes, for example, a heart and double, and now we see the left-hand example here. We have 4 spades and 4 clubs. If we are to bid clubs, the lowest level would be 2 clubs, but if we bid spades, the lowest level would be 1 spade. And we typically try to bid our major before we bid our minor, because we remember from the last slide that partner also focuses a little bit more on the major. So here we would bid 1 spade. If we are a bit stronger, if we have about 8 to 10 high card points, we bid our longest suit with a jump. That is especially if we can jump to the 2 level. So if we have the option of bidding 1 spade and 2 spades, we jump with about 8 plus. But if we only have the option of jumping all the way up to the 3 level, we typically have to be a little bit stronger. So we say that's usually about 10 to 12. And as you might see, you can see that the 2 level, or jumping, shows 8 to 10, whilst jumping to the 3 level showing 10 to 12. So there is an overlap here. And that is because we typically have a little bit of a longer suit when we're jumping to the 3 level. So if you're jumping to the 2 level, we might just have a 4 card suit, but if we are jumping all the way to the 3 level, we really prefer having a 5 card suit. And if we have at least 13 high card points, we know the partner has an opening hand, so here we have to make sure that we are bidding game. Usually we just do it by bidding game directly. Sometimes we don't have that easy of a bid, and we might have to, for example, start by bidding opponent's suit so that we can ask for a stopper, or that we can show support in different ways. The second example, the right-hand example, we have 10 high card points and 5 spades. Opponents open a heart and partner doubles, and the next person passes. So what are we now going to do? So we see that we have 10 high card points, and with 8 to 10 and 10 to 12, we see the overlap here. We have 5 spades, and also we have a singleton in opponent's suit, which is usually a good thing because when partner doubles, partner is also kind of short in that suit. So here I would definitely jump to 3 spades to show that I actually have quite a good hand and I don't need a lot from partner for 4 spades to make. And we often have 5 spades when we bid to 3 spades. And after we've bid, or after we doubled and partners answered something, we have to know how to bid subsequently. So first we're going to look at the doubles with the 12 to 17 hand. If partner showed 0 to 7, we should just pass. So if partner bid on the lowest level and we have 12 to 17, we know that even with 17 and 7, that's 24 high card points, we are not strong enough to make game. And remember that we have to have semi-support in all the other suits, so even if we just have a doubleton, we have to just pass. We cannot try and save partner because that will show something else, which we're going to talk about soon. However, if partner showed a little bit of extra by jumping we have to see if we have enough for game or not. If we know that we will not have enough, let's say we have 12 high card points and partner showed 8 to 10, we still know that we are not making game here, and we're just gonna pass. If we for sure know that we have enough for game, we bid game. Let's say we have 17 and partner showed 8 to 10, we can just bid game in that suit. And sometimes we can make an invitational bid by raising 2 level to 3 level and asking if partner has a minimum or a maximum. So let's look at this hand. We have 15 high card points and partner is showing 8 to 10 by jumping to 2 hearts. And we have support in hearts, and we know that if partner has 10, we definitely want to be in game. If partner has 8, it's a little bit aggressive. So here we can raise to 3 hearts to say, okay partner, I have support for you in hearts and I have a little bit of extra, but I'm not completely sure that we are making game, so I need you to have a maximum. So we're bidding 3 hearts, and if partner has a maximum, partner will raise to 4 hearts. So here the clue is to just add on our points with partner's points and see if we think we can make a game or not. However, sometimes we have the strong hand. It's not as often, but it does happen. And we can have 3 types of hands. We can have support partner, we can have a balanced hand, or we can have a long suit hand. So with our own long suit. And with support, we raise partner with a jump. So we're trying to tell partner that, okay, we have a strong hand, and if partner showed some extras as well, we just bid game. If partner showed a weak hand, we just try to encourage partner to raise with a little bit of extra. And with a balanced hand, here it depends a little bit on our agreement. So if overcalling 1 no trump is 15 to 18, then bidding no trump on the lowest level will typically be 19 to 21. But if we play overcalling 1 no trump as 15 to 17, then bidding no trump on the lowest level will be 18 to 20. And jumping will be 21 to 23 typically, or maybe 22 to 23. If we are even stronger, we typically just jump to game. So bidding no trump on the lowest level is a stronger hand than overcalling 1 no trump straight away. And we do still need to have a stopper in the suit, just as when we're overcalling 1 no trump. And if we bid a new suit, that shows at least 18 high card points because we have the strong hand and at least 5 cards in the suit. So remember that if partner bids something and we only had a 2 card semi-support in that suit, we cannot try and escape and save partner because that will show a strong hand. So be careful and just pass if we have the weak hand. So here we see that we have 19 high card points. Opponents open the club. We double because we have a strong hand. Partner bid a heart, meaning that partner usually has at least 4 hearts. But we do not have supporting hearts, but we do have a balanced hand. So here we can bid 1 no trump. And that will show 18 to 20 high card points and a balanced hand with the stopper and clubs. So if partner has a little bit of extra, partner can either raise to 2 no or do 3 no, depending on how strong. Or with a complete minimum, just pass. So that was takeout doubles from the opening, or if the opponent's open, then we make a takeout double. But now we're going to look at negative doubles, which is when our partner has opened and opponents are bidding. And typically these negative doubles are focusing on the majors. So we have a few different situations where we want to differentiate between doubling and bidding. So if partner opens a club and opponents bid 2 diamonds, a double will show 4-4 in the majors. If one of the suits are longer, we typically start by bidding that suit and come back with the other suit because we want to focus on the longest suit. And if partner opens a minor, it doesn't matter which one, and opponent's overcall a heart, now we can double to show 4 spades, and over or bid a spade to show 5 spades. So here we can differentiate between 4 and 5, which can be quite important, especially because when opponents overcall, it's a higher chance that they are going to jump at some point, and we need to know more about the hand already. And if our partner opens a minor and opponents overcall a spade and we double, it's either a hand with 4 card hearts and any strength, or it's a hand with at least 5 card hearts and a hand that's too weak to bid on the 2 level directly. So typically like 6 to 10 high card points. So if we have the second type of hand, we are going to double, and then whatever partner bids, we come back bidding hearts again to show that we had the long hearts and a weak hand and not the 4 card hearts with any strength. We can also use this if opponents bid on the 2 level, and then we typically show at least 4-3 in the majors or 4 card in the unbid major if one of the majors had been bid. But there are some situations where negative doubles show minors, and that's, for example, over 1 heart, 1 spade. Now a double will be both minors since it's the 2 unbid suits. So in general, we focus a lot more on the majors, but if there is no major available, our double will show minors. And double always shows a suit that is not bid. So it can't be any of the suits bid already. So let's look at the top example. Our partner opened a club and East overcalled a diamond. So what are we going to do now? Well, we see that we have quite a strong hand. We have 14 high card points. So we know that we are going to gain here because partner already opened. And we have 4-4 in the majors, so we start by doubling, and if partner can support us in any of the majors, we will go for 4 of a major in that suit, and if partner does not have support, we will go for 3 no trump, because we do have a stopper in diamonds. But we prefer to double straight away instead of starting by bidding hearts, because then we get to show both of our suits straight away. In the next example, the bottom one, partner opened a club and East bid a heart. And now we have 11 high card points, so we might go for game, we might not. And we have 4 spades. So here we remember that we double to show 4 spades, because if we had bid a spade, that would be at least 5 spades. Some more examples, the top one again. Partner opens a club and East bids a spade. So here we have 8 high card points and we have 5 hearts, so we can double, and then we remember that if partner bids something, we bid our hearts again. So that's showing at least 5 hearts and a hand that's too weak to bid 2 hearts straight away. So it doesn't actually have to be exactly 4, but usually it is 4 cards when we're doubling here. And then the last example on negative doubles is the bottom one here. We have 13 high card points and partner is opening a spade and East overcalls 2 clubs. So we don't really know where we're going yet because we're strong enough to bid game, but we don't have a stopper in clubs, but we do have 4 hearts. But if we bid 2 hearts, that's showing at least 5. So here we are going to double and then come back with some more bids to see where we're going to go. But we start with the double to show the 4 hearts we have. And then we also have the reopening doubles, which is in pass-out situation. There's a lot of situations where this can happen. Where if opponents are stopping, typically on the 2 level, maybe even on the 1 level, we want to double to show that we have the other suits to compete to the next level or to push opponents even higher. So here we see that it goes a spade, pass, 2 spades, and then it goes pass, pass. In the example here, we have 9 high card points and we have support in all the unbid suits. So here, if we double, we're not showing a strong hand, because if we had a strong hand, we would have doubled the first time. So here we double to say to partner that, okay, we want to play in one of the other suits, and please pick a suit. We don't really care which one. We are accepting all of them. Sometimes it doesn't have to be as good as 4-4-4 in the unbid suits. It can be typically 4-4-3 or something like that. But we are telling partner that, okay, here we want to compete. Bid your best suit, and we will be fine with that suit. And we are typically quite short in the suit bid by opponents. Sometimes opponents have bid 2 suits, and then if we double, we're only like accepting the 2 unbid suits. So we never focus on the suits that opponents have already shown. So here, partner can bid whichever suit they have, and we can find a support either to play or hoping that opponents overcall or overbid 3 spades, and they can go down in 3 spades. And then we have support doubles, which is when we open and partner bids a major and opponents overcall. And we use this up to and including 2 hearts. So we double to show a 3-card support. So we don't have a full support, but we have a semi-support. An example can be, I open a diamond, they pass, my partner bids a spade, and they bid 2 clubs. Now I can double to show 3 spades, exactly 3 spades. Nothing more, nothing less. And it doesn't say anything about strength. However, if opponents are bidding on a higher level, we have to be more careful because we don't want to force partner to bid. So let's say it goes a diamond, pass, a spade, 3 clubs. Now the double is showing extra strength. It's not a support double anymore because it's over 2 hearts. So we do often have 3-card support here as well, because we don't have 4, and we are expecting partner to bid one of the other suits. So this is a sort of a takeout double where we have already opened. So the takeout double appears a lot of places, and we're not doubling because we want to play against 3 clubs. We just want to show that we have extra strength, and we're accepting the suits partner bids. So let's look at this example. We open a diamond, West passes, partner bids a heart, and East bids a spade. Here we have 3 hearts, and we have 13 high card points, but that doesn't really matter. As long as we have opened, we have to double to show the 3-card support, as long as it's not too high. So here we double and we show 3 hearts, and partner has to bid something. Partner will quite often bid hearts, either because we now know about support, or because they don't have a good bid and we are going to bid or play on the 4-3 fit. But either way, if partners show the major and the overcall is not higher than 2 hearts, we have to double to show a 3-card support. And then maybe the strangest double is a lead directing double. And this is if opponents have bid an artificial bid. So let's say they bid transfers, or they bid stayman, or they're answering key cards, or they're Q bidding, whatever. If it's an artificial bid and we double, we're asking partner to lead that suit. So the example here is West opens a no trump, and partner passes and East bids 2 diamonds, which is showing hearts, typical transfer. And here, if they end up in no trump especially, but maybe also if they end up in hearts, we would really like partner to lead a diamond, so that we can make sure our diamonds are good, and when we get in on the ace of spades, we can cash all our diamond tricks. Of course, if they end up in a hard contract, that might not give us a lot of tricks, but at least we're not expecting partner to give away anything. Maybe partner has a different lead and don't know which suit to lead and end up giving away something. So we are going to double 2 diamonds to say that, okay, partner, I want you to lead a diamond. And sometimes our suit is not as good as it is here. Sometimes it's even better. And it's just, in general, we want partner to lead a diamond. We have to be a little bit careful. If our suit is too poor, then maybe they end up redoubling and playing that contract and making it just because they have a lot of things. So the lower the opponents are, the riskier it is to double. If opponents are answering key cards and we double, it's very unlikely that they're going to end up playing a suit where they don't have a fit. But if they're on the 2 level, they might actually just go for playing that contract, even in maybe a 4-2 fit or something like that. But here, with a 6-card good 6-card suit, we're not at all worried about that. And then lastly, we have, I just want to mention something, and that is doubling of strong openings. So you have to agree what you do if opponents open a 1 no trump or an artificial opening, such as strong 1 club, a strong 2 club, a strong 2 diamonds, whatever. You have to agree with your partner what you do. There's a lot of options, and it's not necessarily that anything is standard. It depends a little bit on the country, and you have to be a little bit careful so that you don't get into misunderstanding. And if you haven't agreed with your partner, maybe the safest thing is to just not double. So over a no trump, the most normal things a doubling can mean is either penalty, 5-card minor and a 4-card major, or 1 long suit. There are also other options. So as we see, there's quite a big difference between those. So be a bit careful if you haven't talked to your partner about it. And over a strong club, or either on the 1 level or 2 level, the most common thing is a double either shows clubs or both majors, not combine one of those. Again, be careful if you haven't talked to your partner about it. But there are also some other options, so this is not an exclusive list. Other types of bid that you should talk to your partner about over a double, or what a double would mean over those bids, are, for example, 2 diamonds multi, or an opening of both majors, either 2 diamonds or 2 hearts, or 2 no trump showing minors. So there's a lot of different situations. And I'm not going to tell you how to play it. I just want to make sure that you know that there are different options in these situations. So let's sum it up. We have doubles for a lot of different things, and they are not usually used for penalty. So the penalty double is more typically if opponents have bid for a long time, we haven't interfered at all, and then suddenly at the end we end up doubling. That will be a penalty double. But if we double on the low level, and especially early in the bidding, it's usually not a penalty double. We have many different types of doubles. We have all the different types of takeout doubles with negative doubles, reopening doubles, and do something smart doubles, which is just doubling to ask partner to do something. A typical takeout double, which is after we have already opened. We didn't talk about that one. I just wanted to tell you that there are a lot of options. And then we have support doubles and lead directing doubles, which are doubles of artificial bids, and artificial doubles, just showing different things that we have agreed with our partner. So as you can see, there's a lot of different types of doubles, and keeping them all straight can be a little bit difficult. So what we're going to do now is play the 10 boards and try and see if we can figure out when it's the correct double. See you at the boards.